What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to talk about 4 at-home catching drills you guys can do to improve your hands. Let's get started. All right, guys, so all you need for this first drill is just a football, okay? I would recommend if you maybe don't have the strongest grip or the best hands, to start out with a smaller football if you have it. But what we're going to do, all you need is you're just going to do little tiny catches all the way around this football, okay? So you're going to work around this thing. I usually have my guys work around this football probably 3 times in one set. Then we take a little bit of rest. Maybe we switch hands, and then we just alternate that back and forth. Now, what this is working on is staying in the fingers when you catch, right? Because a lot of people, what they'll do is the ball will come up and their palms will be up, right? And this thing will just bounce off of their hands. It'll bounce up in the air. It'll just hit the ground, right? We're not in that webbing of my hands, right? I don't want to be at my fingertips, because obviously that's how I jam a finger, or I'm not going to have a very strong grip on that. But if I stay in the webbing of my hands, this, like my fingers, not my fingertips, that's why pros, when they catch this ball, they have such soft hands. You can't even hear this thing, right? Because they stay in these fingers. So honestly, just hold this ball out in front of you and just do tiny catches all the way around the ball. You can do bigger catches if you get a little bit better at this, and then gradually move on to a much bigger ball, okay? I would recommend probably getting 5 to 10 sets of 3 on each hand. All right, guys, for this next drill, all you're gonna need is a tennis ball. You could use a baseball, you could use a golf ball even, something just ping pong ball, anything small. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start out with your hands crossed. This is gonna work your hand-eye coordination, you being able to look the ball and being able to snatch this ball out of the air, okay? So just a simple drill to work hand-eye, okay? So you're gonna be here. I would wanna work maybe doing all of these drills, if you're doing all of these at once, probably 25 of these on each hand. So you're gonna start crossed with the tennis ball in the top hand, and all you're gonna do is drop it, switch your hands, and catch. So we're gonna be here and just catch like this, to work on you tracking this ball in, keeping your eye on the ball, right? Because we all know when the ball's coming, whether over the middle, over the shoulder, whatever it may be, we got to make sure that we catch it with my eyes first to make this play happen, right? To make sure I don't take my eyes off it and drop the ball. So this is a great drill to work hand-eye. So I'm just here, drop, and then I catch myself over the top, make sure I'm looking it in. I want to work about 25 reps on each side. All right, guys, this next drill we're going to be talking about here, you're going to need a wall. I don't have a wall to show you this right now, but I'm hoping I can explain this. But if it doesn't make any sense, just leave in the comments and I'll get back to you if you have any questions on this, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to have one ball in this hand and another tennis ball in your left hand, okay? So you need 2 for this. Again, you can do this with a golf ball, baseball, whatever it is. So you're just going to bounce and throw this thing off the wall, and you're going to catch in your left hand while you have this opposite tennis ball in this hand, okay? So you're going to be here, bounce this thing off a wall, it's going to come back at you, and you're going to catch and work on catching this thing with 2 in your hand. Then you're just going to alternate and do the exact same thing, and then we're going to switch sides, okay? How I would recommend doing this is about 50 reps each hand. Now, why are we catching with 2 tennis balls? The reason why we're doing this is because just to work on your grip strength, work on stretching out your hand, getting used to having a wide hand, maybe keeping this hand in a diamond, right? When I'm coming over the middle or I'm making this catch over the top, whatever it may be, having a good, strong grip, right? But also having a good flexibility in my hand, okay? And if you get really good at this thing, maybe you have a little bit bigger of a hand, so you could go with a 3rd ball, okay? Then we're just gonna switch sides again. I wanna work about 50 reps each hand of this exercise. All right, guys, so the last drill I'm gonna talk to you about today, again, another drill that requires a wall. I wish I could show you with a wall, right? But there's no wall out here that I can use for this specific drill. But what you're gonna do, and you can do this in your house too while you're kneeling if you maybe don't have a high enough wall, okay? But you need a tennis ball for this one, and you're gonna stand with your back to the wall, right? So now what this is gonna work is your over the shoulder catch. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna bounce this thing on the top of the wall, and it's gonna bounce down, and you're gonna work on looking this thing in and work on your tracking ability over the shoulder, okay? Now, the first couple, maybe we go 2 hands. After that, we start working 1 hand, right? I wanna work about at least 50 catches total, 25 and 25, maybe 50 right down the middle, whatever you guys feel most comfortable with, right? But as we gradually get better, I wanna work about 25 on each hand, okay? So I'm just gonna stand here, bounce this off of the wall, right? This thing will bounce back to me, and I catch this thing right back over the top, okay? If either of these drills that require a wall don't make sense, please feel free to leave in the comments. I'll make sure to get back to you. Hopefully I could explain it a little bit better. But the key for this, guys, is just make sure I'm watching this thing in with my eyes all the way into my stomach, and then just repeat the process, 25 reps each hand.